I'm about to share with you the number one way to grow your private practice, and I promise you no one else is doing this. I'm going to share with you what it is, the 3 things you need to know, and then exactly how you can start doing this so you can grow your practice and just get your magic out to more people so you can bring more people in, change more lives, and benefit from all the goodness that comes from that. My name is Yuri Elkaim. I'm the CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. For the past 20 years, I've been helping practitioners build and scale 6, 7, and 8 businesses while scaling their impacts without the grinds and while working a little bit less and enjoying their quality of life in the process. Now, you have probably grown your practice to a sizable level, right? This is probably not necessarily the best for you if you're just starting out, but it's still going to make sense. The way most practices are built are largely based on referrals, maybe some local SEO, maybe some Google ads, and all that stuff is fine. But the reality is if you don't have a reliable way to bring patients into your world, then you become the best kept secret. And that's really frustrating. And so what I want to share with you here is what I've seen over the years to be the most effective way to grow a practice. I think this makes the most sense this year because we are currently in a trust recession. When we have more than enough information, people are overwhelmed with information and they're starving for wisdom. They're starving for clarity. They're confused. They don't know who to trust. Someone's saying this, someone else is saying this. They're so confused. And so in a world of low trust and high skepticism, we have to approach our business from a place of trust-first marketing. And the single most effective way for you to do that, and on the back end of it, allow your practice to grow almost on autopilot, is by using YouTube. Now, ironic, since we're on YouTube watching this right now, here's the thing. I'm gonna share with you 3 reasons why you cannot ignore YouTube this year and moving into the future. So number 1, if you think of how we build trust, trust is built based on time, based on value add, based on proximity. And these are all 3 really important things that happen in person, right? So when someone walks into your clinic, they're pretty much 80% in just because you're there in their physical presence and there's that natural bond. But online, if people don't have time to spend with you, there's no way they're gonna choose you compared to someone else who they've spent more time with. So the single most effective way to build trust virtually online, and that's where everyone's doing the searching anyways, right? When they're looking for a local chiropractor or orthopedic surgeon in wherever city, they're searching online, right? They might ask a friend or family member, sure, but they're searching on the internet. And if you're not there when they're looking, someone else is, and that person's gonna get your potential patients. So how do we build time on brand? Well, we have to build content that helps people. And when they find that content, then you become the trusted expert because they're watching your content. Now, please understand, the difference between YouTube and social media like Instagram and TikTok is day and night. So the average session time on YouTube, when someone logs into YouTube, the amount of time they spend there is north of 40 minutes. 40 minutes. In a world where everyone's so busy nowadays, the average session is 40 minutes. And if you're thinking to yourself, you're okay, well, yeah, but there's no way most people are doing that. When you look at the stats, YouTube is the most frequented online platform compared to any other platform. It's the highest. Facebook is next, and then it just goes down from there. So people are spending the most amount of time on YouTube, even more than Netflix in 2025, which is amazing for you. Right? For all of us who are looking to help people and grow our businesses. Most people spend most of their time on YouTube. They're spending 40 minutes average session. Compare that to literally 15 seconds on TikTok or Instagram. That in and of itself should tell you, why would I spend all my time posting stupid little pointing videos on Instagram or TikTok when I can actually add value to someone's life on YouTube? I would venture to say that very few people are going to choose you as a practitioner just by seeing a few seconds of your stuff on Instagram. They're sitting on their toilet and they're doom scrolling. That's not how people make purchasing decisions, especially when it comes to their health. By contrast, when someone has any condition, migraines, knee pain, the thing you solve, what are they doing? They're going to YouTube and they're going into the search bar and they're typing in how to get rid of migraines, how to reduce knee pain. And if your videos show up, they're gonna watch your content. Now, let me ask you this. If someone watches a 10, 20, 30-minute video of yours, or several of them, do you think that that person is much more likely to hold you in a high esteem and trust you more than if they just saw a 5-second clip or a reel on Instagram or TikTok? The answer is obvious. The answer is obvious. So the number one way to build trust in a skeptical marketplace is by giving away as much useful value as possible. not by trying to like flex and not showing how cool you are, but actually helping people before you ever work with them. Now, I'm sharing this because I've built 2 businesses to multiple 8 figures. My first business in the health space was built largely on the back end of a 300,000 person YouTube channel. So I'm sharing this from personal experience. That platform allowed me to help 500,000 people to better health. It created the ecosystem that allowed me to write 3 best-selling books, including a #2 New York Times bestseller. It allowed me to get on shows like Dr. Oz, The Doctors, all the top podcasts. Why? Because I was adding value into the world and I had built a sizable audience that people held in high esteem. So trust, if you want to be a trusted expert in your space amongst all the noise, it starts by being the most valuable and the most visible expert. And the single best way to do that is by sharing your expertise, which you have in like limitless amounts on YouTube. I don't know about you, but I really enjoy teaching. I enjoy sharing my message, and I find it very frustrating to try to condense that into 30 seconds on Instagram. But in a video like this, in 10, 20 minutes, I can actually share value and give you like useful things, just like you can. Think about this. If you're a chiropractor, a dentist, a surgeon, a physical therapist, like even like any kind of manual practitioner as an example, you can literally give away everything you know on YouTube about how to solve various conditions. Because what's the likelihood that someone's going to go and adjust their own spine? Or how someone's going to like, is someone really going to like do a labral repair on their shoulder? No. But they're going to hear your guidance and they're going to choose you as the best option by seeing that. Remember, the best expert doesn't win. The best known expert does. So you have to become visible, but it's not just about visibility. When people find you, they have to find value from you. And that's the big opportunity that YouTube provides. More time on brand equals more trust. More trust equals more business for you. The second major reason that YouTube is so powerful for filling your practice and getting patients is that, oddly enough, a lot of people don't consider this. YouTube has the highest level of household income and educated users. You see, a lot of people think that LinkedIn is where, educated / higher income individuals are. Statistically, that's not true. YouTube actually holds the highest level of household income out of all of its users. In the US alone, 87% of YouTube users in the United States have an average household income between $70,000 to $100,000 a year. That percentage is only 54% on Instagram. And it's not even above that on LinkedIn. So we have the highest average household income out of any platform. So we have people that are going to YouTube who are spending time watching videos who have money compared to these other platforms. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, that couldn't be true, where are you watching this video right now? You're on YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube all the time. So when we think about like, oh, my people are not on YouTube, they have to have money, they're not on YouTube, of course they are. We are on YouTube right now, right? And if you make good money, you're on the platform, you're watching stuff, you're listening to music, you're doing what you got to do. So are your perfect patients. The second opportunity when it comes to the avatar people on YouTube is they're also the most educated. So 89% of US-based users on YouTube have a college degree or higher. 89%. So if you want higher educated and higher income, I'd be putting all my time on YouTube, right? So like, again, if you're providing a service that is not free, obviously you need people to pay out of pocket unless you're dealing with insurance, which is a separate conversation. You want people who are willing to spend money invested in their health. And you also want people that are a little bit more like refined and a little more educated. Well, you're going to find those people on YouTube. And specifically, they're going to find you if you do YouTube properly. Now, along those lines, if this is making sense for you and you're interested about how you can grow your YouTube presence, we actually have a really cool 100% done for you service. It's called the YouTube Authority Engine. If you want to learn more about it, there's a link in the description below. Check it out. And if it's a fit, cool, you can apply it. If not, that's totally fine as well. Anyways, third big reason. This is the big one for health practitioners. So I've been online for 20 years. I've been building businesses in the health space online for 20 years, and I've been helping thousands upon thousands of practitioners build their practices, their online coaching businesses, build their impact, all that stuff. And one of the frustrating things, and you may have experienced this yourself, is you have all this knowledge, you have these years of experience, and you spend all this money in school, and then you come online or you set up an Instagram account or you do some stuff wherever, and there's no traction. You see these 20-year-old influencers getting all of the views and all of the followers, and it seems like they're just rolling in the dough. And you're thinking to yourself, what the hell am I missing? So the internet, which all of us are using, has always rewarded attention. Okay, so that's been the name of the game. So if you are able to create content that gets attention, and there's certainly a skill and science to that, then you can win. And that's very frustrating because you're a practitioner, you're probably not natively a social media influencer. And I find that also, although it is like a leveling of the playing field, like the best skilled person can win, what's nice about YouTube now is they have something called the Health Source Certification Program. And this is the first time in my 21 plus years building businesses online that I've ever seen this type of unfair advantage. What I mean by that is this. So if you're a practitioner, licensed practitioner, and your videos on YouTube cross 1,500 watch hours, so think of a couple videos that are watched more than 1,500 hours over the span of a couple days or weeks or whatever the time it takes to get there, you can then apply to be part of this Health Source Certification Program. And why this is so powerful is that YouTube gives you an unfair advantage by saying, okay, well, if we have two pieces of content around the same topic, and we have a 20-year-old influencer talking about hypothyroidism, and then we have an actual doctor, naturopath, functional medicine practitioner, therapist, whatever, talking about the same topic, and you're part of the certification program simply because you're an actual licensed practitioner, YouTube will give your content priority. This is the first time this has ever happened in the history of the internet, which is an absolute, it's just incredible, right? Finally, you have an unfair advantage. You spent all this time in school, all that money to become as amazing as you are, but because maybe you haven't been as good as getting attention as other people, no one knows you exist. And like that, it sucks. I understand that, but now finally you can get rewarded for actually being an expert. So your content rises to the top. YouTube will actually give you like a badge that says like this person is a licensed practitioner, like a trusted source. And right away when someone watches that video, that just instills more trust in you compared to someone else. I hope you understand how powerful this is. Like, this is not like Meta's little blue check certification that anyone can pay $14.99 a month for, which is just ridiculous. This is actually like you're a licensed practitioner, you're a doctor, you're a therapist, etc. And because you've hit this watch time of 1,500 hours, you can apply by just showing proof that you're a practitioner, and you literally skyrocket. You like leapfrog other content. And then you have this badge of trust. Like YouTube says, this person is legit. You should listen to them. Why is YouTube doing this? So here's the thing. YouTube is owned by Google, right? And Google's own AI, right? Gemini and their other search platforms that are AI-based, they're referencing, this has been documented, they're referencing YouTube as the source of truth for health information. So what's happening is when someone goes on a Gemini or a Google-based AI platform and they type in whatever search, like how to get rid of migraines, those AI platforms are going to YouTube first. They're not going to PubMed. They're not going to the New England Journal of Medicine. They're going to YouTube as the single most important source of truth. Now, that's problematic if you have a bunch of 20-year-olds who don't know what they're talking about with content rising to the top. And YouTube is trying to combat that by saying, no, hold on. We have a duty here on this planet to make sure the right and correct and experience-based information is going to the top. And this is why they have this certification program. I think it's amazing, to be honest. Like it's such a powerful opportunity for health practitioners that hopefully you're getting my enthusiasm around this. And it's a major, major opportunity, whether you're starting from scratch or whether you have an existing channel. Like, it's such a huge opportunity now that I feel the need to share this, because our job at Healthpreneur, we're on a mission to help 1 billion people transform their lives. And we're going to get there by helping practitioners spread their message to more people. Why am I 100% on YouTube right now is, well, number one, I've been doing it since 2007. That's when I first started my first channel, and I was posting like workout videos and nutrition videos. And I've seen the power of a video sits on a platform forever. I have videos from 10 plus years ago that have 2 million plus views, and I posted them years ago and they're still generating views. They're helping people. They're generating business. And I shot a 20-minute video 10 years ago. Like, talk about getting business, like building business on autopilot. Like, there's nothing that can even come close to this. So our job is to help amazing practitioners like you share your message and spread your awesome information to more people. Now, when people watch your videos, are they naturally going to like run into your practice and beat down your door to work with you? Of course not, right? That's just, most people won't do anything with anything anyways. But if you have 1,000 views or 10,000 views or 1 million views on your videos, do you think the likelihood that some of them might be like, you know what, this person is legit. I'm looking for a therapist. I'm looking for this type of practitioner. They're most likely to go with you if you've added value. I have clients that have come into our business that have watched 10 videos. Even if they saw one of our ads on Meta, they search on Google or they go to YouTube and they search Yuri, Elkaim or Healthpreneur or whatever it is, and they find all of our videos. I've had clients that have seen, I remember one of our clients, Raul, was telling me, I watched 200 of your videos before I decided to work with you. That's amazing, right? Talk about having a marketing machine that works for you on autopilot. And what's cool about these videos that you can create is that they sit on YouTube forever. And if they are built around the right type of search terms and they're packaged properly and people actually click on them and watch them, there is nothing from a marketing perspective that you can do that is more powerful than helping someone before you actually help them. And YouTube is the most powerful place to do that. So this is why I think these are the 3 big reasons, and there are many more, why YouTube is the #1 way, I believe, to grow your private practice, not just this year, but for years to come. Now, I will say this, YouTube is not an overnight, like you're not gonna go viral overnight. However, it's like building a house. It takes a moment to build, but when you have the house, it's an asset, right? And you continually build equity over time and it starts to pay you dividends. YouTube is the same thing, right? If you're starting your channel from scratch, well, you're gonna have no one seeing it. If it's not built properly, then it can feel like a lot of wasted time, which is why we have this YouTube Authority Engine service to actually like help you get visible and help you do things the right way. But it takes a moment, right? Like you're gonna post your first couple of videos and you're not gonna get a lot of traction, but it will start to build and compound. And when that happens, then you have videos that can be found locally for search, that can be found based on very specific search phrases that people type in to find you, that can be built on proven frameworks that YouTube knows are going to get found and searched. And these videos will sit on this platform forever. And there will always be people that enter the market looking for these things that you provide. And it becomes a conveyor belt of people searching for something. Your videos are there to provide value. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. How do I learn more? How do I find out more about this person? They contact you, they reach out, they walk into your clinic, etc. And it becomes this beautiful flywheel that works literally 24/7 on autopilot on your behalf. So that's why I believe that YouTube is the #1 way to grow your private practice this year and well into the future. Now, as I said before, if you've enjoyed this and you want to take your awesomeness to the next level and spread your message on YouTube, there's a link in the description. Probably you can learn more about our YouTube Authority Engine. But in the meantime, while you're here, hit that subscribe button. I've got hundreds of other videos on this channel to help you, help more people, grow a great health business, and live a better quality of life in the process. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which actually is right here.